My plans for this video were a little different. You see, I made 2 videos explaining the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's for one game at a time, so when I made the second video for the second game, I explained the lore as if we only have 2 games and nothing else. So, I wanted to do the same thing with the third game, but when I started doing research and playing the game over and over again, I realized nothing really changed. The story is kinda the same. If anything, the game just expands the story. It just adds the purple guy's death with some lore for the Spring Glock suits. I might do a full story video when I cover the 4th game, but for now, I decided to do something different. Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be 10 years old in a few months. So, I had an idea. I wanted to talk about how good the first 3 games were. I wanted to show how each one of them had something unique to it, and there is stuff to appreciate in these games. I wanted to explain why the game trilogy is so good. Since it is the first game in the series, it can be unique in a lot of different ways. People can like it for its point-and-click resource management gameplay, the designs of the animatronics, or maybe for its simple story, but for me, I like it for its atmosphere and horror. Now I have to make things clear, I don't find the jump scares scary at all.
Whoa, hey.
But it is the restaurant's atmosphere that makes it scary. Put random noises throughout the night and mix it with the weird and random animatronics movements, and you got yourself a somewhat stressful night. I mean, I have spent a long time playing this game, and if I wasn't playing night 7 and any other night after the second night, I would be checking the cameras like a maniac. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 can be appreciated for its horror elements, something the other 2 games lacked. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is an interesting game. It has a lot of mixed feelings about it. Some people think it is the best game in the series and a good sequel, and I can agree with half of that statement. Other thinks it is.
Know your fucking place, trash!
And there are good reasons for that, mainly because it is an unbalanced, rushed game where RNG is a big problem in it, and if you don't know what RNG is, let me make it short and simple and call it luck. Alright, that is like a small review for the second game, but what makes it so unique to me? Well, it is the story and the lore. The story of this game is very interesting, and it is a really good expansion of the first game's story. In that game it was a simple haunted restaurant story, but with the second game it introduced us to the purple guy who became iconic on his own, multiple restaurants, and it had a fun way of showing us the story throughout the 8-bit mini-games. The second game is so fun for me. The unbalanced gameplay can be frustrating, but it creates a chaotic experience that I loved. The story is the most fun thing about it, and making the video of the second game's story was really fun, not to mention the amazing characters design that this game throws at you. Sure, this game wasn't perfect, but hey, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's 2 were the friends we made along the way. In my case it is 0. I am going to tell you a little secret. I was one of the people who thought that the second game was the best game in the series. However, that changed after replaying the trilogy. You see, I started to realize the problems of the second game, and after replaying Five Nights at Freddy's 3 I can safely say, it is my favorite. This game's gameplay is the most fun I had in any of these games. The idea of constantly going through the cameras to find Springtrap and rebooting your system whenever it fails is a very fun and unique idea. The phantoms are a hit or miss, and yeah, if you know what you are doing you won't see most of them, but they still add another layer to the gameplay. The atmosphere for the location is cool, but it doesn't beat the first game atmosphere. The story is still fun and at the same level of the second game's story, but I don't really like how this game handled the good ending. Like seriously, without a guide you would have no idea what you should do to get that ending. But yeah, the third game has a very fun and unique gameplay to it. Not to mention that it had a nice ending that concluded the story in a nice way.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Overall, the games trilogy is a fun experience that I feel is overlooked because of the state of the new games and countless books releases. Everyone is allowed to like whatever they want, of course, and this video was just me giving my opinion on these games. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. If you are still watching and made it this far, I want to say thank you. This video took a lot of effort to finish, and I really tried my best with the editing. I am not joking, I have raised my editing skills from 3 to 5 making this video, so if you can please hit the like button, and if you want more content like this consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next video.